Hey guys, what's up? It's SteadyMania here. I'm having to do this video again. I've already did it, but the thing screwed up. But I'm gonna go straight to the story so I can get everything in. Okay, first off, who saw the episode? It was amazing. Yeah, it was definitely a good episode. I liked it. Lots of comedy and even a few SETI moments. So here we go. The first scene where the principal came in and told them all about what they needed to do, and Sam's like, "My Uncle Carmine." We hear about Sam's Uncle Carmine again, because we heard about him in another episode, I think, about trying to hurt Freddy's mom. Anyways, and that was the first scene. And the teachers, they're always they're just so mean. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Mr. Howard and Miss Briggs are so mean. After the theme song, we go to the next scene, and Spencer is working on a mechanical bull that he found in a junkyard. Apparently that's what Spencer's gonna be doing in this episode, what he was doing. And so, we go upstairs to the web show. And back at the first scene, I totally forgot this, I can't believe I did. Principal Franklin wanted to be on the web show for his daughter's birthday, to wish her a happy birthday. So he goes on the show, and on the web show, we see the giant pants that were in, I think they kissed, that the convicts escaped out of. Except this time Principal Franklin was coming out instead of the convicts. Now that's a lot better in my case. I'd rather see him coming out of them than them. So anyways, let's see. Principal Franklin was wearing purple. He was wearing purple. I think he's a secret SETI shipper. That's my opinion. Just like Spencer. You know, I gotta love that. And they did the web show. Another thing they did was, "Hey, hey, what am I sitting on?" They did that for the first time on the web show, and that was awesome. Glad to see that. Just like last time we saw Fluffy and Peter on there too. But that was awesome. And then the next day at school, the next scene would come out, and Freddy tells Sam that that their audience record was broken, biggest audience they ever had. So that's another. All right. But then we see Principal Franklin come out of his office, and he's kind of all sad and everything. And Freddy and Sam ask him what's wrong, and he's like, "Well, the superintendent didn't like my whole iCarly thing, and he got fired." You don't fire Principal Franklin. He's such a cool dude. I mean, superintendent to me, in my opinion, that guy was a jerk. Him and his deep voice. I'm so deep voiced. I don't care. You're not cool if you fire someone like Principal Franklin. You're not cool. So anyways. And when he tells them he got fired, they're both like, "What? Why?" They did that again, but there's no SETI slap, so. But still, it's kind of cool. And Sam's like, "We need to stop doing this." And it's like, they're just meant for each other, you know it. And then, after Principal Franklin leaves, Sam and Freddy take on the superintendent. Kind of makes them rebels, I guess. And they're both like, "Why did you fire Principal Franklin? He's too cool." And Principal and Mr. Howard and Miss Miggs are standing there. And Mr. Howard's like, "Who cares?" Mr. Howard says something, and Sam's like, "We weren't talking to you." And the superintendent's like, "Is that any way to talk to your new principal?" And Freddy and Sam are like, "Oh my God, these are our principals? Oh my God, this is gonna be horrible. Oh God. Shivers." And the superintendent was a real jerk. He's like, "I don't need children telling me what to do. That's just horrible." And also in that scene when Sam gets mad, Freddy grabs her shoulder, telling her to like, "Easy, easy." And that's just another little SETI moment right there. I don't know if it's much SETI, but still, it's touching. So you gotta understand that. But when he dropped about them being the principals, that was a bombshell. That was just boom. I don't even know what I could say. Just to say this: worst thing that's ever happened to that at Ridgeway Middle School. Worst thing ever. Worst thing ever. It really was. And then when they walk off, Sam's like, "I need to hit something." He's like, "I need to hit something," and Freddy takes the pain for her. He lets her hit his book bag, you know. He's like, "All right, I'm ready to take the pain. I'm going to take the pain." And she punches him. He's like, I've got a bunch of stuff in here. I can take it. And he punches. She punches him, and she walks away, and he just like, oh, he just kind of falls down, but it's like Freddy took pain. He's like, you can release your anger on me, Sam. You know I love you. This is Flopsy. Get away. You know I love you. Love you being the camera. The next scene with the uniforms. Those are the worstest, ugliest uniforms ever. I don't care. They're horrible. I would revolt against them too. I wouldn't wear them. I would come to school in my own clothes. This is what I'm wearing right here. This is what I like. I like that right there. That's cool to me. I like that. Okay. I don't know if you guys could see that, but anyways, I just wanted to show you that. But yeah, those uniforms, they were horrible. I don't really care what happened. Those were horrible uniforms. And the strict rules they had. They couldn't talk in the halls about the dress code or about the Principal Franklin. And when they did, Sam had to go to the detention. And then Freddy's like fake talking. I'm so happy that Principal Howard and Principal Briggs are our principals. And Freddy's like, I'm so scared. And that was so funny. And then Carly's like, we have to do something to get Principal Franklin back. And then gotta go to the office. Ugh. And meanwhile, Gibby's throwing up in the trash can over there because Mr. Howard just basically, I don't know, he just pissed him off or something. He's just throwing up, vomiting in the trash can. Freddy's like, Freddy's got you. Freddy's got you. And then we go to the, let's see. Oh, and also in also another scene, in that scene, there was a classic Freddy line that I love so much. It's like, he said this to Mr. Howard. This is the look. This is my face. And it's like, that's the classic Freddy line right there in that episode. That's the one I like. I'm like, and that's Nathan Kress at his best right there. So go Nathan. And then that cowboy that Spencer hired to help him ride the bull, that guy was disgusting. Especially when he got on top of Spencer and wanted him to ride him like a bull. That guy, he was just weird and disgusting. He spit a lot. That's weird too. I just thought he was really weird, disgusting. Groovy Smoothie, we found out Sam has a loud voice. That was awesome. And they try to talk Principal Franklin into coming back to school, but he doesn't go for it. And T-Bo, he put the bagels on the stick the wrong way. He put the bagel, he didn't ruin the hose. He didn't put them through the holes, you know. And T-Bo's like, oh, that's embarrassing. And then he fixed them, of course, but still, it was kind of funny. The school scene, we start with Gibby and Sam trapping the two principals in the Miss Briggs and Mr. Howard in the closet. That was awesome. That was great. That's what needed to happen. I don't know. They just need to stay in there. And then we go to the and then we go downstairs, and Sam gets on the microphone and lets them know. And Carly and Freddy start the whole party thing, and they all strip off their uniforms, and the superintendent comes in, and the football team forces him up on the bull, and he's riding it, and then Mr. Howard and Miss Briggs show up, and they help him down, and he's still standing around, and kids are going crazy, and Freddy blows the air horn in his face. That's Freddy being a rebel right there. That's Freddy being a rebel. And Carly bites his tie. That's kind of freaky. And then Mr. Franklin comes in, calms everybody down, tells them to go to class. So they all leave, but Carly, Sam, and Freddy are told to stay. And then the superintendent's like, "Is this how you run your school?" And Mr. Howard and Miss Briggs are like, "No." And then Principal Franklin's like, "I just came here to pick up my last check." And the teachers, Mr. Howard's like, "What are you doing here?" And I just came up to pick up my last check. And they're so mean to him. No respect. I mean, come on. He's Principal Franklin. He's awesome. Let's give him some respect, okay? The superintendent, after he sees what he did, he wants him to stay. That's awesome, right there. He's staying. And he tells the other two just to be lucky they have their teaching jobs and to go away, to get out. You know, so they walk off, and they're all left cheering in the hallway, and Gibby's running around shirtless. That's the way we love him, shirtless Gibby. But that's the episode was great. Also pretty Spanish. You caught it at the beginning, at the end. So that was great. If you see behind me right there, the Nickelodeon blimp, actually, it's over there. It's right there, the classic thing. But I think that's all I gotta say about the episode. It was great. There were some secret setting moments in there. I loved it. It was great. It was awesome. My tape's getting ready to run out, so as I go, rock on, Steady Warriors, rock on. Here's some random dancing.